Y'all ready to be history?
Get started.
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
To the Pro Audio Suite, thanks to RØDE microphones.
These guys are professional. They're motivated.
Introducing Robert Marshall from Source Elements and Someone Audio Post, Chicago. Darren Robbo Robertson from Voodoo Radio Imaging, Sydney. Tech to the VO stars, George the Tech Whittam from LA. And me, Andrew Peters, voiceover talent and home studio guy.
Line up, ladies!
Here we go.
Welcome to another Pro Audio Suite. This week we're talking about the thing that bugs us all, those golden handcuffs being on call. Robbo.
Yeah, look, I got to give a shout out firstly, because that's where this episode came from, to a guy who does the voice for one of the stations that image, a guy called Paul Pidioni here in Sydney. Because last week, one of the station that we work on together, I launched a brand new breakfast show and a major promotion all in 1 week. So along with my other responsibilities to my other clients, I was absolutely slammed, and poor old Pizza was dealing with not sort of like, here's a bunch of scripts that I need you to do today. It was sort of like, here's this script, and then he'd send back the voice track, and then I'd get halfway through and go, oh shit, it would be better if we did this. So I'd change the script, and I'd even ring him and go, mate, I don't have time to write a script, but can you send me this? Blah, blah, blah. So he was, almost hourly doing updates and pickups and all sorts of stuff for me, which is way out of the purview of his agreement with this station. So, So anyway, so it made me think, and I know Pizza had no problem with it, and was more than happy to do it for me. But if you didn't have that relationship with someone, that's a big ask. And it made me think, as a voiceover artist or even as an audio engineer working for someone in an online situation, where do you draw that line? Where do you go, okay, yes, I know I'm working from home, but I'm not here at your beck and call?
Well, if you're
at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
No?
Doesn't work. Yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
work.
Does that work? I don't know. Does that work?
No,
because, hey, you're at home.
It doesn't
you're only
work.
in the next room.
Yeah.
My experience is that this has gotten worse with COVID, because now everyone thinks that everyone's at home just a click away from doing whatever you want them to do.
Yep. It's true. I mean, we actually managed to get away a couple of weekends ago, and I did warn everybody. We left on a Wednesday afternoon. The main clients that I have retainers with, just saying, look, I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to be away. The guy in Dubai said, don't worry, I'll wait until you get back. Nothing urgent. And then I arrived there on the Wednesday evening and checked my emails, and there was one from Singapore. And I said, look, is this urgent? It's like, yeah, it goes to air on Sunday. It's like, right, okay. So it's difficult because you don't want to be the guy that's unreliable or, not there, because you'll quickly lose your gig. But it's also a fine balance between, like, I'm actually in bed now. Do I have to get up and go and record this thing?
Well, look, here's another one I'll throw at you. And this is in regards to my wife, who does voiceovers. She did a session the other day for a client who wanted some stuff read, which she did, and followed their brief, and sent the files off. And they've now come back and gone, oh, actually, we want to change. It was supposed to be a bit of acting involved, and they've sort of gone, oh, we don't like this and we don't like that and blah, 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 blah. So Tanae's written back and said, okay, look, I understand what you're saying. I'm still not very clear on your brief. How about you jump on the phone and I'll do it with you on the phone, and that way I know what you're getting. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Because, for whatever reason.
We can't be bothered. We have to bother you.
That's right, for whatever reason. But now we're and so she's said to the guy that she's working for, who's actually directly employing her, she said to him, well, is there another fee in this for me or what? And he's sort of gone, well, no, because they're not changing the script. So now she's sort of going, well, hang on a sec. If I send this a second time and they're still not happy, are you expecting me to do it again? And when I've already said to you, direct me.
This is why supervised real-time sessions are better.
I totally agree.
Because then
my point.
Provided you exactly what you asked for. And like done.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
And you have a client there and an engineer there who are there to go, okay, no, that's not what we want. Get it all done, bang. And then when they do call you back for a redo, you've got every right to go, well, guess what? You're paying me.
ask for another fee.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, was there an agreement that says you get one revise and after that it's billed?
No,
does
see,
it not work
that's
that way?
part of the problem. That's part of the problem. It's one of these online,
Yeah, but that's
rip and read
that's the
sort
trouble with
of-
the online ones. Yeah.
Even when there's an agreement, like I've seen it where, okay, we have this gig and it's going to be really easy, only voice and music, and there's never going to be any sound effects, and it's going to be so simple. Like, give us a stupid low price for doing these productions. Okay. And then as soon as you get into it, the first one, they behave. And then the second one, oh, can we hear other music options? And you're like, okay, oh yeah, okay, we picked that one. The third one, can we hear other music options? Can we hear the music options with the voice in place? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we like the first one and the second one. Can we do can we edit music between the two of them? And it just slips slowly into can we just noodle this for forever on a flat rate?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's no change orders.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. And the thing is, in my experience, it comes down to one thing, is the fact that usually the client or whoever it is you're dealing with is inexperienced in working with audio, and they don't know what they want until they hear it. So they're just going to keep going, okay, and trying to tell you what they want to hear, which is probably nowhere near close to sort of something that you would understand as an engineer. And so they're guessing at it, and you're sort of going, well, what about this? No, what about this? No.
Well, how many times do you find yourself in that position, Robbo, as being like the translator between client, what the client can't describe what they want, and the voiceover
agency.
talent who's
and
like,
the voiceover
what are you
talent.
asking me for? And you're like playing whisperer.
Absolutely.
Client whisperer.
Mate, my favorite story goes back to 1992 when I was a lowly little commercial producer at a radio station here in Australia up in Brisbane. And there was a client, and I reckon I probably would have done about 6 different mixes of their 30-second commercial that probably went to air 5 times because they kept coming back, no, don't like the music, don't like the music, don't like the music. Finally, I said to the sales rep, hey, why don't you get the guy to come in, we'll find some music, and then I'm not wasting my time and he's not getting frustrated. Yeah, perfect. In he comes, sits down. It took about an hour, I reckon, to find the 30-second piece of music that he liked. Anyway, did the mix, gave him a cassette, took it away. About 20 minutes later, he's on the phone to me. Oh, do you reckon I could come back? I've just got back to the showroom, because he was a car dealer, just got back to the showroom and our receptionist doesn't like the music.
Fucking hell.
Yes. It always takes like one. I've seen this happen before where, an agency or whoever, they're working on a spot and you're close to the end and someone miscellaneously walks in. And so everyone's like, hey, someone who hasn't heard this for the last 3 weeks continuously, tell us what you think. They're hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And the first thing they say is like, I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
just
right.
like, the whole thing's dead.
Crashes down.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, you get the actual client, the owner of the business or the head of the business to chime in at the last minute. Okay, we've done this. Yeah. I'm just going to play it back for you, see what you think. And they're like, I don't like
get
it.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Like,
and you go, oh, shit, what'd you ask them for, man? You know?
Yeah.
Like, why weren't they, if they had absolute veto power, why weren't they involved earlier?
Get her on the
Bring her to
session.
the session.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So to try and answer this question then, AP, you being the voiceover,
Yes.
sole voiceover voice on the panel, where would you draw the line in that situation? Where would you go? Well, where do you go? Enough is enough.
I've done it. I did it, in fact, a couple of days ago when it was, I was asked to do something on a Sunday evening. Because I'm not living in the house at the moment, so the studio's here. The house is in pieces, so we're over the other side of town. I'd gone back and I was cooking dinner, and then I got this thing. I'd had a couple of vinos and whatever. And it's like, can you do a session tonight? It's like, no, I can't. I'm already home. The studio's shut. I can do it tomorrow, and it was like, okay, we'll move it to Tuesday. But you just got to I just think you got to sometimes take the brave pill and call it.
Or you can just do a little white lie and just say,
I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm in the hospital.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
You can do what one of my clients does, and he has his wife do all those phone calls. And then she
Yeah.
says, oh, he's just laid down. He's just not feeling well.
Yeah.
I've heard
Exactly.
it happen.
Yeah, see, I've done the old. I've had a call on the weekend once, and I've done the old. Oh shit, mate! Look, I've actually got the computer in pieces. I'm replacing hard drives and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The computer's in pieces on the floor. I can do Monday. You know, it's like I've done that before. Absolutely.
That was me that called you.
Yeah, it
I
probably
haven't
was.
found this barrier yet. I mean, George knows that. Like the first call, and I'm like, "Oh, let me help you." Okay, sure. I have yet to find that barrier where it's like I'm always like, "Oh, God damn it!" And then I do the mix change and complain
Yeah, but
about
you
it.
never sleep, Robert. Let's face it.
Yeah,
This is a
Yeah,
problem.
that's not
Yeah.
sustainable, Robert.
yeah.
Yeah.
George,
Been
when do
going on
you
for
turn
20
off your
years.
email? When do you turn off your email? Like, I know you've got other people that help you out, but you personally,
You can turn
where do you-
email
Robert.
off.
Where do you draw the line?
To be clear, I mean, I've got a few amazing guys now, like Robert and Tim Friedlander, and
Yeah.
doing some on-demand tech support. Like, you know, we have a phone hotline now that, like, if you call and you get a text back saying George isn't answering the phone, essentially, like he's obviously busy, then you can call this number. But that's something that I've been able to implement that has taken a huge amount of stress off my shoulders. And it allows customers to still get help when they need it in a pinch. And it's not like they're, you know, getting any lesser service. They're getting to work with the best people that are available. So that's helped tremendously. But I do have some very strict barriers. Is that the word? Boundaries.
That's what I was going to say.
Boundaries.
Yeah. Do you
Boundaries.
draw a line in the sand somewhere and go, okay, this is the absolute limit?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Despots and dictators, definitely.
Yeah, no, I tell people, like, I do little tricks. Like, somebody will email me. I'll email them back. Like, if I can't, this is, okay, everybody, here's some of my tricks, okay? You're going to think of a jerk. If I get an email, okay, at like 11 in the morning, right? I get the email, comes in. Now, I'll answer all the emails that are waiting, right? Just sitting in the box there. They came in the last 8 hours or 12 hours, whatever. I go through all them. Well, then invariably you get like a couple new ones. They just pop in, right? And so you have a few minutes to answer them, but I won't reply to them right away. I'll type the email, and then Gmail I will send later, and I will schedule it to go out in an hour or two. It's training. If the problem with email is if someone's staring at their inbox, it turns into a conversation, it turns into a
Yes.
chat. And I can't get stuck in an email chat because now I've got another session coming up or I've got another thing on my plate, right? So this is something this is a little life hack that I've been using for a long time. And I might answer a bunch of email at night and I will send them all to send out 8 in the morning the next day. So that's something that I do quite regularly with my Gmail. Now, I can't do it with my CRM system, you know, that I manage all my schedule with, my clients. I can't do it with that one, which is really lame. But that's how I kind of limit that access.
That feature in Gmail was, I think, also set up for people who were drunk so that they could
Well, that's the undo email.
unsend the email.
Yeah, no, I have the undo turned on, and you can set the delay on that, so you can say
the regret threshold timeline.
yeah, exactly. I use it all the time because I just miss.
No, don't send that. Like,
Unsend. Yeah, I love that feature a lot. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I've caught myself. And it's not so much that, it's just making a giant mistake in the message or clicking send before you meant to because it's like a trigger finger thing or whatever it is. Yeah, I like to undo sending an email. It gives you about 10 seconds.
I have the opposite feature for people that spend too much time in the email and they're like spell correcting it and like, oh, changing the same word 10 times to better. Maybe it's whatever they... So how about one where once you start the email, wherever you're at, 5 minutes later, it gets sent.
Yeah.
You just better finish that email in 5 minutes. Like, now you're getting some stuff done.
That's right. Now you're moving. Now you're motoring. Absolutely.
Yeah. That would not work for me, I can tell you.
No, could you imagine with me? Oh my gosh.
God knows
My
what I'd be
emails are already
sending out.
unreadable, but
Well, this is true, actually.
I know.
Yes. Well, anyway, this kind of ties into last week's episode about the tri booth because if you're on call, be prepared.
Yeah.
Be a Boy Scout. Dib, dib, dob, dob.
True. But draw some
Yeah,
boundaries.
Yeah,
I
like slowly
reckon.
just like slowly put the boundaries down and don't let them creep too much
Yeah.
before you have like a lot of traction, a lot of territory to make back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Know your own boundaries and stick to them. I agree. Absolutely. The clients will take you for
Yep.
everything they can. They'll take anything. Whereas if you draw a line in the sand and go, okay, this is where I'm comfortable. This is what I'm happy with doing. If they do go somewhere else, at least you can go, well, hey, you know what? I did everything I could have possibly done.
I'm selling the
an
house.
agent do this? Isn't this something that an agent can help you with?
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But not everyone has an agent, and not everyone listens to this show has an agent. So
I would imagine if you've got golden handcuffs, you've got an agent. Like if you got one of those
Yeah.
gigs, you're.
Yeah.
I am the exclusive voice to the coffee shop down the street, and that didn't go through an agent. But, no.
Is that because they hear your voice there every damn day? when
I'm
you
just
walk in
there all
door?
the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was fun. Is it over?
The Pro Audio Suite recorded using Rode NTG5s and Source Connect. Edited by Andrew Peters and mixed by Voodoo Radio Imaging. With tech support from George the Tech Witter. Help us share the show with more people and get your hands on exclusive content by contributing to our Patreon page. See patreon.com/Pro Audio Suite. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and join in the conversation on our Facebook group. To leave a comment, suggest a topic, or just say g'day, drop us a note at our website, theproaudiosuite.com.